Hello, my lovely Gemini. Welcome to your reading for August 2022. This is a general reading for you, my lovely Gemini. It's a reading for Gemini sun, rising and moon sign. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there that will be specific to you. If you haven't subscribed and would like to, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you'll know when I'm posting new videos. For my subscribers, thank you so much for commenting, liking, sharing on my channel. It helps me get my videos out there, which helps me bring more of these videos to you. So thank you for that. My lovely Gemini, the channeled message I'm getting for you for August. This is no time to rest on your laurels. That's coming through. They're telling me that so very clearly. This is no time to procrastinate. It is no time to take some time out. It's time for action. August is going to be a month of materializing and bringing into your reality what you have been striving for. So, you've been putting in the hard yards, you've been making those decisions and making those changes. August is the month to start to bring those in. What I'm shown here, they do like to show me these images, but what I'm seeing is this little video in front of me, is that you're going fishing, and you've been fishing and fishing and fishing and nothing, and you're fishing, and now you've got something on the end of your line. It's time to start reeling it in. When you're reeling it in, when you're fishing and you're reeling in your catch, it requires effort, it requires skill. Otherwise it's going to escape. The fish that got away is always, much bigger than, anyway. it's about putting in the effort now, because you're almost there. You're almost there. It's time to reel in your ideas. It's time to manifest them. It's time to create them. When I say manifest, it's not about sitting there doing alms and meditating and I'm going to manifest this, that, and the other. It's about, okay, what can I do on a practical level, practically to bring this closer to me, to create my reality and make it actually start coming about. That's going to require effort. It's going to require skill. It's going to require knowledge. It's going to require patience to be able to do this. But you can do it. It's there for you. It's there for the taking. And so now's not the time to withdraw. Now's not the time to procrastinate. Now's not the time to think, oh, look, I'm just going to have some time out. It's crucial here to build networks. Build your network. I'm hearing. That's important. Connecting with others, spreading the word, getting your ideas out there, starting to get the wheels in motion. And if they're already in motion, it's about, okay, let's speed it up. Let's get it happening a lot faster. Let's really bring it in. That's what I'm getting as your channeled message, my lovely Gemini. So I'm going to draw a card from my archetypes deck. Whoop, that fell out. So I'm going to, oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. The card that's on the top also slipped off, so I'm going to give you that as well. When we talk about archetypes, archetypes are our inner qualities that come to the surface. And the archetype you've got here is the shadow. So really, it's going to be also a month of, let's look at the shadow. Why do I want to withdraw? Why do I want to procrastinate? Why do I need time out? What is coming to the surface? What's driving that? Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of change? Is it requiring skills and effort that you think you're going to fall short of? And I don't believe you are. I believe that it's there, but this is your shadow. What's lurking in there? As a child, were you always told you can't do that, you're hopeless, you're no good at that, that's not for you, you're not going to achieve it, why bother? What is it? What words, what language has really helped, built that shadow? And shadow is a funny thing. People think I'm going to work on my shadow, I'm going to get rid of my shadow. You never get rid of your shadow. Your shadow is part of who you are. Your shadow is part of understanding your shadow is what drives us forward, what motivates us, what moves us forward. It's like the yin and the yang. You need to find the balance. It's about understanding and working with your shadow to bring it forward. So you're going to have some work on that, when things happen, or when you have a particular reaction to something that's happening around you. So things don't happen to us. Things are reflecting the shadow in us. Life holds up a mirror to us. And so whatever's coming in your way, whatever you perceive is holding you back, whatever you perceive is happening to you by external forces, stop and look within, because that's where you're going to find the answers, my lovely Gemini. I know this is really sort of heavy duty and philosophical, I guess, but it's what I'm getting for you. So you're reaching that point where it's time, Gemini, you're the twins. This is the yin and the yang. One twin pulling one way, the other twin pulling the other way, different qualities. And it's about, okay, let's get those qualities together. Let's work them together. So there's a lot of information there to unpack for you in August. And how effectively you do that is going to reflect on what's happening around you, what's happening in your environment. The card that fell out that was on the top of the deck is the vow. The vow. What comes to mind and what they're telling me here, what my guides are telling me here, is the vow is about your soul's contract. What's in your soul's contract when you came down to this third dimension? That you come down with a contract, not something that's given to you here, this is what you have to do. It's something you negotiate, it's something you write up yourself. And it's about reconnecting with that vow. It's about reconnecting with your purpose, reconnecting with why you're here. Look at that bird flying, the dove of peace, flying in amongst that shadow. You've got this bird soaring to heights, which is what will happen when you start to work with it. I'm going to read you the vow because I feel like it's really got an important, they're telling me here there's an important message in the writing. So let's have a look. Here we go, the vow. I'll hold it up for you, my lovely Gemini. When the vow is spoken, the air shifts. Karmic ties are formed and destiny tilts on its axis. Our words and intentions have immense power. There is a reason the great mythic stories of our past often include the recitation of oaths and the mixing of drops of blood as a mark of union. The tricky part is that reciting the vow, no matter how casually, activates the external and unseen forces of the world. The ancestors bear witness. The laws of nature respond. These promises cannot be unsaid or forgotten, so breaking them can leave lingering complexities and loose ends. This card calls us to acknowledge the vow we are living by consciously or unconsciously, and either recommit to it or create a ritual that signifies its closure. You've been underestimating the power of your promises. And we create vows. There's wedding vows, there's vows with, with children, and there's a lot of unspoken vows that we make with others. The perfect ritual for changing that, for undoing connections, karma, vows, promises that we do make unwittingly in a relationship, is in the full moon. Create a ritual, light some candles, sit under the light of the full moon, write down what you want to undo, what vows you want to undo, what vows you want to close. and burn it. And then with the new moon, when things are expanding, you write everything you want to bring into your life, what you want to create. You keep that. You don't burn it. You keep that somewhere safe, what you're wanting to bring in. What they're telling me here is a word of warning. Be careful what you ask for, because sometimes there's more complexities in that than we understand. And that's not meant to scare you or put you off. It's just a word of caution. Words are very powerful. As you know, how many times have you been hurt by someone's words? They can be very, very cutting. So let's have a look at the animal totem that's coming into your month, my lovely Gemini. Let's have a look at what energy is being brought in for you. It's quite an exciting time. You know, it's not one to be put off. Don't be put off by the work with the shadow. Don't be put off by what's ahead, you know, because this is all about bringing in change. What have you got? You've got, let me get my glasses, my lovely Gemini. You've got polar bear. Oh, look, doesn't surprise me. Ancestors. This is your ancestral lineage. By making changes with your shadow, by working on your shadow and releasing the past, you actually change your ancestral lineage. You change the past, which changes the present, which changes the future. And by that I mean, you're not really changing the past, but you're changing your perception of events in the past. And that will change your perception of how you see things in the future. For example, if you were abandoned as a child and not given the love that you needed, you were craving and you were wanting to receive, how does that translate into the present? If you carry that with you into the present, it affects relationships that you have. So if you're in a relationships that, you know, there's a cycle to your relationships and they only go so far and then they fall apart. It's this, let's face the abandonment issues and let's forgive and cut those ties, cut that vow with that emotion, which will then give you a new perspective on what's happening in the present, which will change your future. So that's what's meant by that, my lovely Gemini. There's work to be done on an ancestral level in August as well. So, and that will allow you to manifest, to create your new reality by not changing anyone around you, but changing within yourself. That's really powerful stuff. Changing what's going on in you. That's powerful, isn't it? I like it. Celtic cross time. Let's have a look at what's going on with you in a little bit more detail. The Celtic cross. Let's see. Let's see what it is. As you know, I use the tarot, but really my interpretation of the tarot is not mine. It's what my guides are telling me, what information comes through. This is simply a visual for you to see. So we'll see what's coming through. Let's see what's coming through for you. Okay, so what have we got? We've got the Princess of Cups. So this is, it's like the Page of Cups. This is about contemplating your emotional status, your emotional level. Contemplating your emotions, how deep do they go? How far back do they go? This is working on the shadow. You do arrive in August at a turning point. It's as if, you know, your emotions, your perceptions have taken you so far. Now, to go further down your path, there's things that need to be looked at on an emotional level. There's planning in moving forward. There's planning of how do you want to be? How do you want to react? What do you want to bring into your life? And I'm hearing here, if it's the elusive relationship, here's an opportunity to clear the path for your emotions, to have new emotions come through. New things come through. You've also got the Prince of Swords. So how does that translate for you? It translates in a new way of communicating, a new way of thinking, and moving forward with that new way of thinking. The written word's important. So if you're not journaling, you need to journal, is what they're telling me here. Getting your thoughts out. See what comes out. You know, just not think about what you're writing. Just let your emotions dictate what's coming out, what words are forming on that page. It's about moving forward, learning this new knowledge, this new understanding of who you are. Have things fall into place. There's also something new coming. If you're working for a corporation or a company or for someone, there's some change that's coming in for you, they're telling me here. So they're throwing that in there as well. There's a change coming in here for you as well, with this new awareness that's coming through, which also allows for new learning to take place, to come through. What's the trigger of that? There's some disappointment that comes in here. There's some disappointment that comes in. Who is not being honest? So with this discovery of who you are, you're going to be more discerning, and you're going to be able to read between the lines with people around you, and you may uncover some people or someone that's not being completely honest with you, that is being a little bit deceptive. That's going to come to the surface. So anything that's not honest and true for you in August is going to come to the surface. It's going to bubble up to the surface. You're going to be able to see it. You will be aware of it, which is also part of this new change in you, seeing things in a different light. We all see things the way we want to see them. You know, we all put on those rose-colored glasses every now and again, you know, because there's things that we are aware might be happening, but we just don't want to see it because we don't want a situation to change. Well, as you change, as you investigate your shadow, things are going to come to the surface that you can be discerning about, that you will see. And some things you'll think, oh, I never noticed that before about that particular person, or where I work, or what's going on at work, or what's going on at, you know, in my private personal life. You know, it's going to be a very interesting exercise for you. You've also got the 10 of Cups. So what you're hoping for is that happiness, you know, the happy ending, the happy family, the love, the security, the happiness, the joy, the social, the financial security, everything that comes with that. For some of you, it's, you know, having children, filling that space with laughter and you know, the pitter-patter of little feet. It's all of those things. What is going to come into your life that is going to bring you joy? It doesn't have to be children, but what changes? What are you hoping for? What are you hoping for to create? It starts in your emotions. This is Cups. It starts in your emotions. That's how we manifest, via our emotions and our intuition, not our minds. So it's identifying what changes you want to bring in, what you want to create. And it doesn't surprise me, you've got the Princess of Pentacles here. This is about a new future, a new beginning, abundance, planning for an abundant future, planning for a joyous future. You know, abundance is joy, it's happiness, it's love, it's health, it's finances, it's, you know, all of those things. You're going to have a very different view on your life, on what you're going to welcome into it. So there's a lot of things, don't really change, but your perception of them changes, and how you react to things changes. Even at work, it's how you're reacting and how you respond to people around you, and that in effect changes your reality. Gemini, this is it sounds a little bit full on, doesn't it? There's a lot there to unpack. And it's going to be, it's like, what are they showing me here? It's like these layers as you peel away the layers, and it's going to be different for all of you. For some of you, it's really going to be life-changing. For some of you, it's these subtle changes that are going to be profound for you, but others may not notice the changes, but you do. You've got the King of Swords, and this brings in a confidence in you in August. There's a real confidence, a knowing how you're going to move forward, and knowing how you're going to communicate, a new knowledge that you have grasped, that you have learned and done well with, new skill development as well. There's a lot of thinking and a lot of planning, but with the King, it's you've done the thinking and planning, and now it's time to implement it. And kings, tell their subjects, this is what I want, do this, and this. They don't doubt, they don't think, oh, maybe they won't do it. They don't have that doubt. They know that it's going to happen. They know that it's going to be followed through. And so it's giving a voice of control and knowing what you're going to do, knowing what changes you want to bring in. You're in control. You're in control, and it leads to, if it's your work environment, it leads to a lot of work, promotion, an increase, which brings an increase in finances as well for you. If it's a business that you're starting, it's really something that, if this change is a business or something that you have been passionate about and you're implementing it, there's going to be very good results here. But it's through your efforts, through your work. It doesn't drop in your lap. It's through your efforts and work towards this that brings those changes in, that brings those rewards. But there's abundance and rewards there. You've also got the Queen of Swords, a lot to do with swords here, Gemini, which is your suit. This is where you're most comfortable with. And the Queen of Swords is implementing and new communication, speaking your mind, talking about and telling people what you need, what you want, bringing what changes you're requiring, but doing it in a loving, nurturing way. The Queen is very different to the King, because the King's very forceful. This is what I want, and there's no negotiation. This is what, this determination. But the Queen it's a gentler energy. It's a taking a nurturing of others as well with the changes that you want to bring in. There's something to do with, what they're telling me here, there's something to do with a little boy. If you've got a son, there's a little boy here as well. And I feel like he needs to be embraced. I feel like he needs to be nurtured. He may be going through a little bit of a tough time at school. There's some sort of nurturing that needs to happen here. So if that's yours, then take it on board. Accept that. Doesn't mean the rest of the reading doesn't belong to everybody else, but you take from these readings what is for you, because they're very general readings. But I just got this image of a little boy that needs a little bit of TLC, a little bit of nurturing. There may be an issue at school with this little boy, so I'll give you that. Let me know who that's for, because I'm interested in that. You've also got the Two of Cups, and this is coming to yourself, but it's also a soulmate connection. So there's a soulmate connection here. If you're looking for a relationship or there is a soulmate connection. Once you've done this clearing of the shadow and clearing of any blocks that you've got, you're ready to move ahead. And lo and behold, here's someone here. There's a soulmate here. But it also, for some of you, means that there's soulmate connections to be made with others. It doesn't necessarily need to be a romantic situation. Soulmates take on many shapes and forms. It could be a pet, it could be a friend, it could be a colleague. It's just a connection. You think, oh, I have a real connection with that person. I feel like I've known them for a long time. So that there is some strong connections to be made by the end of August that are going to be very, very beneficial for you. So they'll be very, very good for you. As you get to the end of August, moving into September, there's going to be a situation here. You're going to be made an offer. There's some sort of offer coming to you. So whether it's an offer for a sale of a property, whether it's a promotion or a new job, or a new business, a new client, there's some sort of offer that's coming to you. Don't overthink it, because that's going to get you stuck. So any offers that or opportunities that are coming your way by the end of August, don't overthink it, because it'll get you stuck. And then you'll miss the opportunity. So if you're feeling like, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm getting stuck, it's because you've got the energy up here in your crown chakra, you're overthinking something. Tap into your intuition and see what is going on with your body. Listen to how your body speaks to you when you're making these sorts of choices and decisions, my beautiful, beautiful Gemini. So let's have a look at what the Divine Abundance have to say for you. What is going to be? It's an interesting month. You know, I feel like don't think it's don't feel like it's a heavy sort of month. It's a month of being joyous and moving forward. As I said to you, the beginning of your channeled message, it's not a time to lack motivation or procrastinate or just, you know, opt out. It's not that at all. The card you've got here is extraordinary. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honoured. It's extraordinary. You've got another card too, so I'm going to give you that. You've got letting go. Everything is indeed out of control and God will hold it all. I can safely let go, and that's working with your shadow. Just let go. Just let go, because there's extraordinary things waiting for you if you let go. My lovely Gemini, I hope that this reading resonates with you, or some of the reading resonates with you. It's always a joy bringing you these readings and sitting in your energy. Don't get bogged down with this energy. It's about working through it and moving along. Keep it moving. But it is a month of putting in the effort, because then you will reap the rewards. I wish you love, light and many blessings. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, follow the link below to my website and you can book a reading from there. Many blessings to you, my lovely Gemini.